going on to you Libras out here? So you have the Four of Pentacles, the Temperance, and then you Libras have the Three of Wands. A lot of you Libras are essentially looking all over the place, high and low, for a significant other. You're not being tied down to one particular place. A lot of you Libras are starting to broaden your horizons. It's something that you Libras didn't necessarily want to do, but you're realizing that you Libras are going to have to actually learn to be a lot more open-minded. Libra can be a zodiac sign that, although intelligent, sometimes doesn't necessarily like to listen to the perspectives of other people. And so you Libras are learning how to get off of that, because you're realizing that what it is that you want is going to stand on the fringe, meaning that what you want to actually happen is not necessarily always the way that you think that it should specifically play itself out. The reason why I'm saying that is because the Temperance and the Three of Wands. You're being very patient when it comes to trying to find the things that you actually want to happen to you, the opportunities that you want, relationship-wise, but also financial-wise. And a lot of you Libras are starting to find out that sometimes the way that you think things would essentially play itself out does not necessarily always mean that it will play itself out like that. Sometimes curveballs will happen to where things are not a straight pointed arrow to the top, right? Sometimes the road is winding and sometimes it doesn't necessarily make any sense in the short term, but in the long term it actually does, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant represents, because it would stand to reason that you Libras, right, you represent partnerships, as far as, yes, business partnerships, but also just where contracts get involved, right? Romantically, as far as marriages. But you Libras, ironically, find it difficult for you to get yourself into a relationship. The zodiac sign that rules relationships, you find it hard for you to be in a relationship. How can that be? Well, it's the winding road, right? It's the winding, not straight arrow road. It's the winding serpent, like a snake. You understand what I'm saying? That things are crooked. You know what I mean? Things do not necessarily play themselves out the way that you originally had intended specifically. It plays itself out that way, but in a way to where it's not exactly to the T. There will be some form of problems, but it will happen for you, right? So why that's important is because a lot of you Libras are learning, like I said, to be patient about that. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It doesn't always have to manifest itself the way that you Libras wanted it to. And, you know, and that's one of the things that you Libras are learning how to actually be patient about. The Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant represents you are also not just learning how to be patient, but you're learning how to concentrate. You know, I saw on TikTok just before I turned on this YouTube video about how somebody was just spitting the truth. They was talking about how Yeshua or whatever went into the temple to meet the divine one. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not sure if I can say that. Anyway, what they meant when they said temples, or the way that he was explaining it, is meditating, going inside of their mind, and that's where heaven is. That's where the divine one is, the Most High is. It's in your mind. It's in you. It's in your own existence. It's in calming down. It's in being peaceful. It's in being at peace with who you are and where you are. Not saying that you are a punk, because I'm not saying to be a punk, have people walk all over you, treat you like trash. I didn't say that. But what I am saying is to not be so caught up when people want to goof on you a little bit, to the point where, you know what I mean, you take it personally. I used to take people goofing on me very personally, because I used to be thinking to myself, how much problem should I have to go through if everybody seems like they goofing on me? But as time went on, situations happen. I lived more life. I don't have to see the same ignorant individuals every single day. I can laugh. And if I saw those same individuals today and they decided to goof on me, I might laugh along with them, because again, it's not about constantly being taken seriously all the time. That when you're so rigid, you're brittle. You know, you could break. You have to learn to have some form of character development. Like what they say in the animes, you have to learn to have some form of character development. And no, it's not an anime, but I'm saying you do have to develop your character though. You have to become better though at some point. You do. You know, I can't be trying to defend my position my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared, all this other stuff. People trying to, it's like, look, man, I don't have anything to prove, you know? Two of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the Tower right here for you. Libras, right? You Libras very much so are in a situation where for you, you Libras, Two of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the Tower. A lot of you Libras are actually quite content with the fact that you live in an existence now where you're being more yourself. And I'm not saying that you Libras were 100% fake, but everybody is some degree fake. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. Everybody is some degree fake. And it's our job to learn how to be more and more real with ourselves. Come on, y'all. Like, let's stop playing as if, like, when we're in our home and we're eating some food, if a fry falls on the floor, we don't pick the fry up and eat it, right? If the floor is clean enough, right, we're gonna pick the fry up and eat the thing. You know what I'm saying? But out in public, we gonna front and act like that's not what it is. Like, oh nah, like we not gonna. It's like, you know, you want to pick that fry up and eat it. So it's that level of realness that you Libras are essentially searching for and tapping into. And the Tower, the 10 of Wands speaks to completion, right? Your work being completed in one aspect. Completion that you think that because you're the zodiac sign that represents relationships, that it means that you are entitled to have one. I'm seeing that a lot of you Libras are really spiritually developing from a perspective of, you realize what I was talking about when I say that relationships are not guaranteed, because they're not. No matter how great or wonderful you are, nobody is entitled to a relationship. Everybody has to be a wonderful or a great version of themselves, a representation of themselves and who they actually are in order to attract somebody. But just because you are even that does not mean that you will not attract parasites, vampires, leeches, right? People that want to take what's yours. So the Two of Swords now and the Strength right here represents a lot of you Libras are just prepared for that. You know, you're prepared to, again, you know, and I'm shout outs to her. She knows who she is. Should I say her name? I'm probably not going to say her name. She knows who she is. I spoke with her. She a Libra herself. I'm going to just call her Jay. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to you. You know, she always says this thing that I say too. Live and let live. Like, you can't force people to do what you want them to do, fam. You know, people are not bad. People are not toys. Trust me. And if you think that they're toys and you try it, you're going to see just how unpredictable things can get. So I'm saying all that to say that there's this sense of you Libras are understanding that you can't defeat the ocean. It's not a matter of trying to defeat chaos. It's a matter of learning how to work with chaos, right? Manipulate it instead of it manipulating you. And why that's what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say about all this? These are lessons that you Libras are learning from experience in life. And that no matter how much it is that you may like somebody and you try to talk to somebody and you may be a wonderful match for a person, sometimes you still gonna get overlooked, even though it's obvious that you Libras are a wonderful match or a very good option for somebody. But because they are intellectually dishonest with themselves, just dishonest just in general with themselves, they will actually go and seek someone that they know for a fact is not a very good match and then complain about it. And you Libras are going to have to be okay with the fact that they're going to end up getting jammed up due to the fact that they want to play the game, basically. You know, some of you Libras have met somebody like this recently, and this person's gone off. They dubbed you. They told you that they wasn't into you. Okay, they probably talked, more than likely talking to somebody else, trying to get somebody else to approve of them. And you know what's gonna happen if they're not already dating that person? They probably, if this hasn't already happened, they're trying their hardest right now to appease, to get the attention of somebody. And that person is essentially playing the game with them, and they're falling for it. They're getting, and hook, line, and sinker. And they're gonna end up getting jammed up in the future. It's up to you, Libras, to pay attention to that and learn the game. Accept it for what it is. It's about taking your own person, it's about not taking it personally and looking at it like it is what it is. So let's clarify the Strength card. The Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Star card, and then you have the World card right here. So the Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Star card, and the World card represents how you are very much so in a situation where for you, Libras, a lot of wisdom. You know, live and let live. The Star card in the World, a lot of people out here going to do what it is that they want to do. But at the end of the day, all of it is going to come back to you Libras anyway. Why? Because because people know who's decent and who's not. It's just that you got a lot of people who want to play the game. When they play the game, let them play the game. You know, and when they get hurt, you know, when the student is ready, the master will appear. Meaning that when they're ready, when they're truly ready to stop playing the game, they will now have some common sense about themselves. When they, as long as they choose not to, then there's nothing that you can do about that. You know, you Libras just essentially have to go on, talk to somebody else, and see if the person has developed enough common sense right now and they're getting better in the future. That's all. You know, can't save everybody. You can't save anyone. They have to save themselves. You know, you Libras are a good catch. But if other people don't think that, right, that's their problem. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I want more of you Libras to come through, get some readings from me. That way it can help keep the channel going. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. I'm at 16,200. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Leave a comment. All of that stuff does help. Share it with your mom, father, aunt, cousins, friends, significant others, or potential significant others that you're having a hard time with, whoever. Peace.